Hi everybody and welcome to this time lapse. I'm using Sandiford Waterford paper, which I absolutely adore. This is the hot pressed, and you can see I'm going over my initial trace lines with just an HB pencil. They weren't quite dark enough. This was my inspiration, so I just quickly showed my patrons the book that had inspired me. It's all the paintings by Pierre-Joseph Urudete. I probably said that terribly. My French is shocking. But anyway, it's a brilliant book, and this is what inspired this. I generated the image using Midjourney and AI, and I just wanted to do a little peach rose. So I will be using watercolor as well as colored pencils. So the idea is I'm laying in some watercolor as a base, and then I'll put in some details. This took me a long time with the colored pencils. So I think my mistake was I needed to get a little bit more base layers with the watercolor. So colored pencils are very slow medium. I'm an impatient person. My predominant medium is pastel, which is a very quick medium to work in. So I wanted to find a way that I could use my colored pencils, but that an artwork wouldn't take me hours and hours. So I thought, oh, what about using a base layer of watercolor? And then I Googled it, and lots of people do it. So I was like, woohoo, I'm going to do this then. But here I'm starting with the colored pencils, and as I said, the big mistake, well, there's a couple of big mistakes. The first big mistake is not having a clear drawing for my leaves. I decided I wasn't going to do the same leaves as you can see in the reference photograph. I was going to kind of wing it a little bit and do a bit of my own thing. But that just takes more time when it comes to actually laying in the color, because I've got no roadmap to go by. So that took time. I wasn't quite sure which leaf was what leaf and what is this leaf going to do. And then I kind of wished I had just stuck to the reference photograph. I don't really know why I deviated, because I quite like the leaves in the reference. But anyway, I did. I made a bit of a mess up with the leaves for sure. So it's so important to get that initial line drawing down. Especially for something like watercolor, because when we're painting realistically, that is, I need a guide map. I need something to go on. So yeah, that's the first thing. And like the second thing, I wish I had done more layers with the actual watercolor instead of trying to build up with the colored pencils, which was just taking so much time. Also, I'm a newbie using these mediums, both watercolor and colored pencil. And obviously with pastel, it's very similar to oil paint in that if you've got a dark, you can easily put a light color on top of the dark. With colored pencils and watercolor, that doesn't work that way. So my brain is kind of having to think about things I don't usually have to think about. So I didn't leave gaps of light. The best thing for watercolor, I found out, is to leave the white of the paper for the brightest highlights. I'm trying to erase, you see I've got an electric eraser there. I'm trying to erase to bring back some of the light in the leaves, but it doesn't really work. It's not the same as having the paper shine through. Or not shine through, just having the paper as my highlight. So lots of botches on this one, but hey ho, we're learning, so it's okay. This is what it's about. This is why I chose to release it here. It's just really like a video journal, really, of my art journey. I have recorded this all over on my Patreon, so you can see it in real time. There are a few parts that are sped up because, like I said, pencils are very slow medium, so sometimes it can be really tedious watching 3 hours of colored pencil work. So I have sped up some parts, but I'll leave a link in the description below if you're interested. I have got a little tab on there, watercolors and colored pencil. I've got about 3 different drawings on there. Like I said, I'm just experimenting, playing around with different mediums because it's fun, and I've got these mediums. I actually started in watercolor, and then I moved on to pencil, and then I moved on to pastel, but I just couldn't crack watercolor. I find it a very difficult medium to work with. And colored pencil, as I said, it just takes so long to do a colored pencil drawing. I couldn't warrant charging, because I sell my work, I couldn't warrant charging what I would need to. So anyway, that's why I went on to pastel. But yeah, this is just a very quick little time lapse of me making lots of mistakes. But be sure to check out the next one, which will be pastel, and every now and again I will quip in some watercolor and colored pencil. But this is coming to an end now, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.